What's up, guys? So today we are going to be changing the fuel filter on our 2005 GMC Sierra 3500 with the LLY Duramax. This truck was blinking that it needed a new fuel filter when I bought it, and that was about 8,000 miles ago, so it should be well overdue now. And just for fun, we are also gonna try it out on our DRAGY before and after the fuel filter to see if the fuel filter was actually slowing us down at all. If you're not familiar with the DRAGY, it's a GPS performance meter that will tell you your 0 to 60, quarter mile, and all that other good stuff. It's super accurate, up to the 100th of a second compared to like track times or whatever. So right now we're gonna go do a before with the DRAGY, and we're gonna look at the 0 to 60, the 1/8 mile and the quarter mile, see how fast it goes. Then we're gonna change the fuel filter and see if we pick anything up. All right, so we are coming up on a pretty flat section of the highway, so the DRAGY has to be recorded on the phone. So I'm gonna set my phone up in this mount as best I can. So we got our 0 to 60 in 11.59, our 1/8 mile in 11.88, and our quarter mile in 18.19. I don't know if the fuel filter is going to make a difference, but I know this fuel filter is very due for a changing, so we'll see if we pick anything up once we get it changed out. Okay, so now that we tested the before, we're going to go ahead and get this filter changed. So I got my new filter here. I went with the AC Delco just because I like to go with the manufacturer's brand when I'm doing stuff like fuel system and stuff, and I have a cheap oil filter wrench. And to get started, your fuel filter is going to be this canister right down here. At the bottom of the fuel filter there's actually a plug, this one here, so you're going to need to unplug that, and mine was actually unplugged already, so I'll be able to plug that in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you get down here with your wrench as best you can, grip this thing tight and twist it off. Once you got it loose, you should be able to get it by hand. Spill as little as we can. So now we got this, I'm gonna go dump it in one of my drain pans. That's already a mix of old gasoline and some oil and some other crap that spilled out on me. So now that we got the filter dumped out, you're going to want to take this sensor off the bottom of this. It just screws right off. Apparently it wasn't completely empty. So we got our sensor. We're going to open up our new filter. They come with new O-rings and everything for you. So get these out. What I'm going to do is coat these in some motor oil, just like you do with a oil filter. So we're going to get that new O-ring on there. Don't start a fire. No starting fires right now, okay? Okay, please don't start no fires, all right? So we got that sensor on there. Gonna tighten it down. You don't need to over tighten it or anything. So we're just gonna sit this new O-ring right on the top like that. On your fuel filter you have this little rubber piece right here. You need to make sure you get the old one out, because those usually stick on there when you pull the old filter off. So if you look down here, I can feel it on there. There's that old one there. So we got our new filter going in with the new O-ring, and I did put a little bit of motor oil on this O-ring so it'll get a good seal. We're gonna go right down with it. Tighten it down with our oil filter wrench. So once you have your fuel filter changed, you're going to need to prime it. And to do that, you have this little bleeder valve right here, and this is plastic, so you want to be careful with it. Use a big screwdriver that's big enough to fill the whole slot. We're going to crack that open. Crack that open like that. And then you're going to push this primer until fuel starts coming out. I can hear all the air coming out now. All right, we got fuel coming out now. We're gonna go ahead and tighten that back down. So one more thing, I almost forgot because it wasn't plugged in when I started, but don't forget to plug in this sensor right here. And the wire for mine was sitting over here, so don't forget to plug that back in. Now that we got everything tightened back down and the filter is primed, we'll go ahead and see if it'll start. Starts right up, that's good. So now that you got your fuel filter replaced, you can see it still says in there fuel filter life 0%. So you're gonna hit this button until you get to the fuel filter life, and then you're gonna hold down this button. And when you hold that button down, about 5 seconds, it'll say fuel filter life reset. You're gonna hit the same button again and you're back to 100%. So now that we got our fuel filter replaced, we're gonna go try our 0 to 60 in quarter mile one more time and see if the fuel filter was slowing us down at all, because it was definitely old and time for a replacement. So I'm curious what we're gonna see.
$30. 60. quarter mile.
Quarter mile time. It actually looks like I went a little bit slower, so I don't think the fuel filter was slowing us down at all, being clogged up or anything. But now I do have a good baseline quarter mile time for the truck, because next I'm going to start doing some performance stuff to it, like adding a S&D turbo inlet and a S&D filter box and everything. And then after that I want to throw a tune on it and see how much we pick up. So we'll use that 18.5 or whatever it was as our baseline for the truck, and we'll see what we pick up. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.